So Carl Yancey was a really good friend of mine that I had for a long time, since back in 2005 actually, and the guy was absolutely hilarious. He had a lot of raunchy humor, but if you were into that sort of thing, Carl was a great guy to have around. I mean, it was hard to miss him. He was 6'7", but really you stuck around because he had a personality that was gold. Me and Carl personally got along really well. I really appreciated his humor. I didn't mind taking the back seat so that you could tell all of his great jokes. And when it came to morality, the two of us saw eye to eye, so it just made a whole lot of sense to be around this person. Now, one of the things that Carl used to do was always razz on people.
Oh, you and Derek dressing alike?
He's my #1 fanboy.
No, your mom, I make this shit look cool. You just make it look like a geek.
If you ever tried to stand out or bring attention to yourself for all the wrong reasons, Carl was one of the first people to call you out. But when it came to my passion for YouTube, he was always really supportive. Every time I put a video out, he would watch it, and he would say nice things about it, which is uncharacteristic for Carl, like I said. So given that Carl was such an entertaining person, I thought that I would try to get him to do a show with me. This was back in 2009. At the time, my friend Ruben had a really good camera, and we made this decision to do a duo comedy review show for YouTube. And the first game that we were going to do was Mortal Kombat. Now, we did all the live action segments, and it went really well. The whole intention was that I was supposed to be the straight man, and he was supposed to be the funny man. And for what it was, I thought it turned out really good. The only problem was that the format of the show that I had in mind was supposed to include Carl doing audio segments over gameplay footage as well. And unfortunately, he never had time to come back and do that, so I ended up moving forward without him. So, in 2014, which is 2 years ago from when I published this video, he passed away. He was struck down by a vehicle, and he didn't make it. And I was debating whether or not to do this because I didn't know if it would be in poor taste. But in the end, I decided this is really more for him than it ever will be for me. So I'm doing it. What I'm going to be doing is on Carl's birthday, I'm going to complete that video. I'm going to be using the footage that I had with him, and I'm going to be putting it out for you guys to see. And the reason why I'm doing this is not for attention. It's not for money. And it's not for subscribers. It's because Carl was an entertainer. He wanted to be noticed by people. He wanted to be liked by people. And that's why he did stand-up comedy. And now that I have an audience of 7,000 subscribers, the time is right. Carl did a lot to keep me motivated. He was a great friend of mine. And it's time to give him that audience that he always wanted. So, Carl, this is for you, buddy. Thank you so much for a few years of real quality friendship. And it's going to be really hard to ever come close to finding some other person out there who enriched my life as much as you have. So I hope I make you proud. And to everyone watching this, thank you. I know that this is very sensitive subject matter, so if you have any questions, please comment down below and ask me anything. I want to make sure that I'm 100% transparent about this. Thanks, guys, and I hope that you enjoy what I plan to put out next week. Take care.